Staying on the international front, we continue to monitor the case surrounding British toddler Alfie Evans. The 23-month boy has been in continuous hospitalization for nearly a year and a half due to an unknown neurological degenerative condition. Alfie's parents say he is growing stronger, noting he can take breaths on his own, with stretching, coughing, swallowing, and yawning. The parents have been posting video evidence, but Alder Hey Children's Hospital in Liverpool is requesting court permission to remove Alfie's life support. Pope Francis is getting involved now, tweeting a message last week which said, in part, "It is my sincere hope that everything necessary may be done in order to continue compassionately accompanying little Alfie Evans." We are joined now by Stephen Woolfe, an independent member of the European Parliament for Northwest England. He joins us from Winchester. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
You just saw Alfie Evans last week. Tell us, how is he doing?
Well, he's a wonderful little baby boy. He was buoyant. When I looked at him, he was full of colour in his face and his fingers. His family were all around him. When his uncle came into the room and started talking to him and Alfie, there was reactions in his face. He opened his eyes. He was blinking. His father moved stretching movements. To me, this was a little boy that was fervently alive, not what the hospitals are trying to say, that someone has brain damage so out of control that they have to kill him.
And you had a meeting with Alfie's father and with hospital officials. What was the conclusion of that meeting, and have there been any updates?
Yes. When I met with the hospital, their meeting was solely about how they could end the life of Alfie. They were talking about 24, 48 hours, or even giving slightly longer to allow the family some time to work with them. Alfie's parents, Tom, had been videotaping Alfie. They've been showing the change in Alfie's condition, particularly on the withdrawal of some of the drugs that he'd had. And they were asking the hospital to renew and review that evidence for him. Secondly, we'd also said that we'd got an extra air ambulance, one that this time would satisfy the hospital's conditions because they rejected the first air ambulance. And we now had potentially two hospitals, one in Rome and one in Milan, that was willing to treat them. And so we said, couldn't you just review this evidence, allow us the opportunity to present to you a chance to save Alfie's life somewhere else? And our view was that when we left that meeting, they said that they would hold another meeting of their own and said that they were going to now make sure that Alfie's life would end.
And you went ahead and you sent a letter to the CEO of the hospital, Alder Hey. Have you gotten a response back?
No, I haven't had a response back for that. So far, I've written to the Prime Minister of England. I've written to the Health Secretary, Jeremy Hunt. I've written to the Chief Executive of the hospital twice. Once we had a very bland response, and now we've had this no response to our letter of yesterday. And we also wrote to the head of the NHS of England.
Also in your letter, you mentioned Pope Francis has intervened to help. I know he tweeted a few days ago. What more can you tell us about the Holy Father's specific role here?
Well, I had conversations with fellow members of the European Parliament from the Five Star Movement. And as your audience may well be aware, the Five Star Movement just won the election in Italy and are trying to form the government. Many of those people are committed Catholics who have tried to help in the Charlie Gard case that happened last year. And I believe it's through their contacts they went down and were able to inform the Holy Father that this is a case that he must get involved with. And so far, to my great sadness, the Bishop of Liverpool has not really stepped up to help, despite those tweets and the support of the Holy Father himself.
And you are Catholic yourself. Would you say your faith is the reason you've gotten involved in the Alfie Evans case?
Without a doubt. This has made sure that I believe that I should be supporting this family. This family is also Catholic. And they have a right to life of their child. They have a right to ensure that they do all they can to try and save this child's life. And that, I believe, is fundamentally part of our religion. We do not have the right to kill anybody. We do not have our choice to act as though we're God.
Stephen Woolfe, an independent member of the European Parliament, thank you for your time.
And thank you for bringing this very important case to the people of America.